Hey everyone! So happy Valentine's Day month and happy Black History Month. I hope everyone is doing great. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. So basically it's going to be a story time because the month of February I decided I'm going to be telling you guys my date horror stories. And the reason why I'm in my little onesie and I'm all cozied up, I got my pillow down here and everything, is it's story time. And I went to Sephora today. I got some goodies. I got a face mask. We're gonna do this another night, but what we're gonna get into tonight, and the reason why I do not have any makeup on, it's also a very rainy day in LA, so I'm I cannot be bothered with makeup. But I did get the new Milk Makeup, the cooling water eye patches, so I'm going to do this while we do the story time. And of course I have something fun because of course we got to be getting a little bit tipsy. So I'm already a little bit tipsy, but I have the Henry's hard soda and it's just 4%, and I hope you guys like the little Valentine's Day setup. It says love you to pizzas. Mwah. So let's pop this open. Ew. And let's get started with the story time. Cheers. So basically, I'm just gonna set this over here. So basically, this is the story time about the date I went on with my Uber driver. So you guys are probably like, what the heck? So basically what happened was I went on a date with my Uber driver. So let's rewind a little bit. So basically this was a few weeks ago. So this is a pretty recent story. And I was going to Ganja Yoga, and I was super excited because it was the creator D. She was teaching the class and everything, and I've been following her on Instagram and stuff, so I was super excited. So I decided to take an Uber to the class and everything. And so on the way back from the class, I had met her, I got my book signed, I was so happy. I was going back home, just gonna go chill, enjoy the rest of my day. So I call this Uber or whatever, and I get in the car. And he's like, oh, where are you coming from? He's already asking all these questions and stuff. And he was like, oh, are you coming from work? And I was like, oh no, I'm coming from yoga. And I had my yoga mat, everything. And then he was like, oh, you smell dink or whatever. And then I was all oh yeah. And I was explaining to him what it was. And so he was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then he was all oh yeah, I'm looking for a hiking buddy, do you hike? And it was just kind of weird because I was I'm not a huge hiker, and then also I'm just you're my Uber driver, I do not even I don't even know who you are. But yes. Okay, sorry, I opened them up. But so basically, he was just asking me all these questions, asking if I liked hiking, asking all this random stuff. These are the eye patches. They just say chill out, and they have these little triangles on them. And yeah, I'm just gonna put them on my eyes. But yeah, so it was just weird. He was basically kind of just being really nosy, and he was just oh, what are you doing after this? All this stuff. And I was oh, nothing, I'm just relaxing, I'm just, minding my business, because of course this day it was also raining, so I was just really just chilling. So it was just kind of a cool day. I was just relaxing. I was just trying to chill at home or whatever afterwards. And then so basically we end up getting to my apartment, and he's asking, he's oh, what's the information for the yoga? So I type it in, I give him the Instagram information and all this stuff, and he's all oh, okay, cool, blah blah blah. And he's oh, so what are you doing after this? And I was oh, nothing. And he was oh, do you want to go get a drink? Which is hold on, if he's an Uber driver, and he even said that he was going to be driving people, I'm should we really be going to go get a drink right now? Probably not. But YOLO. So I told him, I was like, okay, we'll park in like this parking structure, like we can go walk and go find a bar and stuff. So that's exactly what we did. Like we walked, like we went and like found a bar. He was like, oh, like I need to go by my bank or whatever, I need to go get cash out. And I was like, okay. And so we went by like Bank of America or whatever, he got cash out. Then we went over to like this bar, and so we went to this really cute bar. It was called the Library Bar, and I really wanted to stay there. They had like all the drinks and stuff were like named after like books. Like one of them was like To Kill a Mockingbird. Like it was just hella cute, like super like aesthetic, and I like really was like feeling it, and I was like, ooh, like I kind of want to stay here, you know. But like it was like kind of crowded, and like he was just not feeling it, so he was like, okay, like let's just go like somewhere else, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, I can just buy a bottle, like we can just drink. And I'm like, hold up, like, where are we drinking at? Like, no. Like, I said, like, you can go buy me a drink. Oh, wait, hold on. So, I'm kind of, like, fast-forwarding the story. So, one part that I forgot to mention was I peeped the screensaver or, like, wallpaper or whatever on his phone. And it was, like, a fresh baby. Like, that baby was, like, a newborn baby. And I was, like, thinking, I was like, So, I thought it was, like, so weird, like, that he had, like, there's a newborn baby, like, on his, like, wallpaper. Like I was thinking that was kind of weird too, so that was like a side note. So we go on to the next bar, and I was like, oh well, like let's just go into here. We find like a place that's like less crowded, and so we just go into there, and like I get a margarita, and I'll insert like a clip of like the drink, and it was literally like right next door to the Library Bar, and it didn't even have like a little like geolocation, so I just like said I was at the Library Bar, so you will see that in the next clip. But yeah, so like I literally was like, so I got a margarita, he got like a beer or something, and then so he kept asking me, and it was so weird, like he kept asking, like, yeah, so it was just weird because he kept asking me, he was like, oh, like why are you single, why are you single? And I thought it was so weird, so I was like, why are you single? And then so he finally comes clean. He has a baby mama that he is living with. So I was like, what in the world? Like, I'm like, that is something you disclose before you're like already like on a date with someone. And so I guess like he like has a baby mama, like he's not with her, but like he's like trying to get on child support. Like I don't know, like it was just, I was just like, no, like this is like, I'm not about it. So then after that I was like, okay, like I'm not, excuse me, I'm like, I'm not about this date. Like I'm kind of like was over it at that point. And I was just like, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. And so basically after like I was done with my margarita and he was done with his beer, he was like, oh, like are you ready? Like let's, you know, are you ready to go? So I was like, yeah. So we started walking back. We head back to like my place because his car is parked like at the structure. So that's why like we're like walking back or whatever. And so on the way back, we're like literally maybe 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away. I was so close to being home. So close. So close. He was like, what would you do? Verbatim, this is what he said. He was like, what would you do if your Uber driver tried to kiss you? And I was looking at, I literally gave him that look. I was like, that's like literally, I was like, what? I was so confused because I was like, you literally told me you have a baby mama. So like, and like you have a kid, and the kid is literally like, he didn't say how old the kid was, but the kid looked like, the kid was like I said, it was fresh. It was like maybe, I don't know, it looked like a newborn baby. So I was like, I cannot be about this. Like I'm not about this life. I'm just not, you guys. So then I was like, no, like I'm not about it. And so basically so it was awkward because we had to walk like the 5 more minutes back to my, the complex. And then also on top of that, like I had my yoga mat, all my stuff in the car. So I had to get like all that too. So like basically like it was so awkward because he like unlocked his car and he was like kind of like, I don't know if he was like trying to hint at like, I don't know. It was kind of weird because he was like, he's like, oh, like I need to go to the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, why didn't you use it at the bar? Like, I was so rude. And then he was like, oh, like, I don't like public restrooms. And then, like, after he said that, like, after he unlocked his car, he went and proceeded to go around the corner and went and like peed, and so I quickly grabbed my stuff and like was walking like away, and he was like, oh, like, do you still want to talk, like blah 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 blah, and I was like, I was just like, oh, I'm like really tired. And so then I have not talked to him since, and that was like the awkward date of how I went on a date with my Uber driver. Yeah, so that was the story time of that, and I'll make sure to insert the clips and the videos and everything from that night, because originally I was gonna vlog the whole like yoga experience, but I just couldn't. So yeah, so you guys will see a little bit of footage from that night, and when I mean footage, I mean like a few pictures and videos and stuff. But yeah, so I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually didn't do that good a job of drinking this, so I'm gonna drink some of this, and then also I have one last clip that I'm gonna add to the end of this video. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and if it's raining where you are, stay warm and stay dry. Bye. Like I said before, it is Black History Month, so I did want to add this little segment at the end of this video, and I'm going to add it at the end of every video for February, because I do want to talk a little bit about Black history. And I got this book, and I really do love it, and I just feel like it's a really amazing book, so I just wanted to share it real quick. And it's called Modern Her Story, and it's by Imani. And I really like this book. It just has a lot of amazing like women that are living today, and so I just wanted to basically flip to a random page and just share somebody. So and that's basically what I'm going to be doing at the end of every video for February, just to share a little bit more Black history. And yes, so I'm just going to randomly flip to a page. I got this book pre-order like I think around like summertime, right when it first came out, and I've just been reading randomly like a page every once in a while, and I just have really been loving it. Ooh, yes. So, sorry, I was kind of like flipping through because I was like, who should we start with? But yes, I think this is an amazing. So, basically, so this is like a little story time, a story time to the story time, but basically it's Kimberly Crenshaw. Yes, the queen of intersectionality. We love her. We love the queen of intersectionality. So, basically, I'm not going to read like all of this, but we love her. She's an amazing woman in history. I'm going to read a little tidbit real quick. She is a Black legal scholar, a feminist, and educator. She's a leader in the field of civil rights, Black feminism, legal theory, race, and law. Her work has been fundamental in two fields of study that have come known by the terms that she coined: critical race theory and intersectionality. Like I said, the queen of intersectionality. So, basically it does go more in depth about it and about her. But I do want to talk about intersectionality real quick, because I just feel like that is just such an important term. And when I was just studying like women's studies, it was just like, it just like meant so much like when I first learned about it. So I don't know, I kind of just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. It's basically just being able to have multiple like identities that are intersect. So for the fact that I'm like, not only am I African American, I'm also Black, I'm also French, I'm also woman, I'm also this. And so it's like everything that makes up like your identities. And so I feel like that's what's really important, because with like white feminism, it only focused on, you know, a lot of the middle class issues, but it didn't get to the, you know, working class issues of the Black women. And so that's why I feel like she's just a very important person to me. And so I'm glad we got to kind of like talk about her a little bit more. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to add this little tidbit to the end of the video. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this story time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have an amazing rest of Black History Month and a great rest of your day. Bye.